requested video, we are going to be looking at my crystal jewelry collection. I knew I had like a good amount of jewelry, and then this video was requested. I felt like it was going to end up being a little underwhelming. Like, surely I don't have that much jewelry to do like an entire video on. Um, when I was getting it out, I was actually a little bit shocked as to how much I have. So this might not be too short of a video. I think that wearing crystals is one of the easiest ways to utilize them. You can just throw them on, go out, live your life, and they help you so much. They give you so much support, and you don't even have to think about it being there. It's just there. I'm a huge fan of crystal jewelry. I wear it pretty much every day. I don't always wear a ton of it. I went through a period of my life where I did wear a lot of it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Let's look at some jewelry. Okay, I guess I'm going to just start with some of my pendants here. So we'll start right here. This is a Tiffany stone pendant. Tiffany stone is also known as purple opal, even though it is not an opal. It is known as purple passion and some other things. Tiffany stone is a lot about love and passion and heightening your intuition and psychic abilities and things. But I find it, so I'm not arguing with any of that, but I also find it just really soothing to wear. I really enjoy the energy of this when I have it on, and I find that I wear it a lot. But also, taking away any kind of metaphysical crystal anything, just this thing is so beautiful. Just really, really, really nice. Next up is this little guy. This is a piece of morganite, and morganite is actually a type of beryl, just like emeralds. So you could call this a pink emerald. Other things in the beryl family are aquamarine and heliodor. Morganite is a stone that is very much like rose quartz with like a loving energy. This is actually the only crystal that when I first got it, I couldn't stand to wear it. It made me really angry all the time. But I feel like it was just like working something out of me, and I don't have a problem with it anymore. Like I said, it's very similar to like a rose quartz energy. I would say maybe just not as soothing. Next up, I have a couple of really large ones that I made. This doesn't actually look that big when I'm just holding it like this. So let me show you on me. I love creating these. This is just a cage that you can buy. I have some smaller ones over here I'll show you, but they stretch out quite a bit to fit large crystals inside. This is just a raw piece of emerald that I had. I stuck it in this cage, and now it's a great thing to wear. Another super large one I have. This is bigger and heavier than the emerald. This is a pink Lemurian of mine, and actually it has lived in this cage since I put it in here. I really enjoy wearing such a large crystal around sometimes, and I think it's a really nice statement piece. I don't know, I love having it on. And I know that these big pieces aren't for everyone, but like I said, it's very me, and I love it. If you guys have watched me before, you might have seen this. This is my lepidolite pendant. I wear it very, very often. Lepidolite is full of a lot of natural lithium silica that actually can physically calm you down, not just metaphysically. So it's one that I utilize often. I like to wear it on my skin. Next up is this green aventurine pendant that I have. Funny story about this one. I picked this up one day I, in the same day, filled out a job application, which they immediately set up a time for my interview. I wore this to my interview, and of course I got the job. Green aventurine is a great thing to wear for luck, whether you're gambling, playing bingo, or going on a job interview. It would be my number one pick for something like that. This piece is another one that I obviously put together in a cage. This is a piece of azurite malachite on top and a piece of chrysocolla on the bottom. A dear friend of mine actually made a pendant like this for herself when I was working at a crystal shop, and I loved it so much. I couldn't stop thinking about how much I loved these stones together and the shapes together. And so I made my own, inspired by hers, and it has a really nice energy. Chrysocolla is great for the throat chakra, so wearing this right up on your throat is really nice. Azurite malachite is just such a nice energy. I really enjoy azurite. I'm just gonna stick with these little cages for now. So this is actually a pendant that I stuck inside of a cage. I don't know why I did that, but I did. This is a piece of rutilated quartz, but this is green rutile. So I don't know if you can tell here, the rutile in there is green. And same thing, I actually ended up getting this because of a customer, and they were looking at the green rutile pendant, so we were looking up the properties of green rutile, and as soon as I read it, I knew I had to have it, so I got one too. And it is just like peaceful and soothing. I know I say that about a lot of crystals, but I think that's because I just find crystals peaceful and soothing in general because they make me feel so much better. They just support my emotions so much. So it's almost like, I don't want to say all of them make me feel peaceful, but a lot of them do, because it's like, this like sigh of relief that, oh my gosh, I have this tool to help me. I can feel it and it makes me feel so much better. So that's a very peaceful feeling. So this thing I put together one day when I wanted to wear something around that was going to help me get things done. This cord is stuck in here like this, and I was going to move it, but it actually makes this hang like sideways. And when I made this that day and went to put it on that day, it just felt perfect to me, so I left it like this. But this is one of my favorite pieces of moldavite in here, and this purple piece is a piece of Auralite 23. This is a really nice combination. It gives me a lot of energy. I think I talked about this in one of my moldavite videos where I pair moldavite with other crystals and kind of tell you how the energy moves and changes when I do that. And so I really like playing with combinations, and this is a combination that to me gives me a ton of energy, both physical energy but also mental energy to like have a lot of great ideas and be really inspired and things like that. So that is why these are in here. And those are actually the last ones that I had in cages, but I have a couple of medicine bags that I wear quite often. And this one hardly ever changes what I have in it. So, in this medicine bag, it started out as having my very first piece of moldavite in it, which I paired with a piece of Libyan desert glass. They go together really nicely. And this piece of phenakite. Now this is a very strong combination, and it's a favorite. Over time, I did end up adding to it. My favorite lapis bracelet broke. It's the first crystal jewelry that I started wearing consistently, and it started the whole evolution of change in my life, I believe, where things just keep getting better and better. So I fixed this bracelet once, it broke again. I keep one of the beads with me now because it's just, I don't know, it's very symbolic to me. And I have a piece of sphene in here. Sphene is something that intrigues me so much. when I first held a piece, it occurred to me that even though this is very light, physically it's very light, it feels very heavy energetically, and it feels very, very powerful. Holding this right here, right now, is making me a little bit out of breath. It's very powerful. So I like to use sphene in grids as like an added power source kind of, but I also thought I'm already being crazy wearing all of these crystals together. Why not kick it up a notch and just get really out there with it? Let's just go for it. So this is what I usually keep in this little medicine bag. Now this one, when I got this out today, it was empty. So I started thinking, like, what did I have in here the most? And for months and months and months, I had this inside of it. I know that sounds a little crazy. This is a third eye agate. It's made of sardonyx, and I don't remember right at this second all the properties of it. However, I remember one time I read that it's supposed to help strengthen your immune system. And so I don't remember if I was getting sick or if something was going around, but I decided I needed to start wearing this all the time. And I did start wearing it almost constantly. And now that I have remembered that, and I'm actually going to start wearing it again to work, because I'm around a lot of people and I am not trying to get sick. So it takes a little maneuvering to get in there, but it does fit. And I am not bothered by the weight because I really like wearing big jewelry anyways. Okay, this is my hag stone. These are something that, when found, they are supposed to offer you protection, and they're usually made out of shell or rock. You find them in nature with holes in them that have been naturally made by water. So there's a lot of stories about these. There's a lot of folklore about these. They are supposed to be very, very protective. They are supposed to help you connect with elementals and things like that. There's all kinds of crazy things, like if you take a drop of morning dew and put it through the hole, then if you look through the hole, you're supposed to be able to see into other dimensions. Some people say that since water made the hole, the energy of water is always flowing through this. So if you are wearing this, no one can put a spell on you or do magic on you. You're protected. Magic cannot influence you if you're wearing one of these. So when I read about these, I thought they were just the coolest things ever. And within a few months, I actually found one in my backyard. It was there one day. It wasn't there the day before when I walked through the yard. It's really kind of crazy how that happened. But they also say it's really good to put on a red string. So this is my hag stone. I have a few of these chip necklaces, and these again are just like a really easy way to wear crystal jewelry, to wear crystals in general. This is carnelian. It makes me really happy. When I put these on, they just drape over your head, and when I do that, I really feel my energy change as soon as I put it on. It's like, it's an instant mood change when I put this around me. It's like it's cloaking me with good energy. So this one's really happy to me. Carnelian's also supposed to be really great for allergies. This one is labradorite. Labradorite is super protective and super magical. And this one is turquoise, which is beautiful. And these also I have worn as bracelets before. I think it goes over my wrist like 5 times. Yeah, so I've also worn them as bracelets before, just wrapping them around like that. I do have a couple of pendants that I learned a little bit about wire wrapping. This aqua aura is on my Etsy shop at this very moment when I'm filming this. It's for sale. I just simply wire wrapped it. I think this stone is just beautiful. I'm also working on this piece of mookaite because I just think that's the most perfect stone to put in a pendant. I'm just having a little bit of trouble like securing it in here, but I'm working on it. Years and years ago, when I first got into crystals, I made this chrysocolla necklace. I don't remember if that's onyx or obsidian in between them, but I just have it on this like fishing wire, and then I just tied the ends to it. I mean, I was just trying to put it together, and I remember I would wear it and these stones would get so hot, and it's before I knew a ton about crystals and crystal energy, so it would freak me out and I would take it off because I didn't understand why the stones were getting so hot. And I actually made like a little matching bracelet, and this I wear sometimes still. I don't wear the necklace very much, but this is just on a piece of wire that bends. These are beads that I bought online. And then again, this is obsidian or onyx. I want to say these are obsidian, so maybe these chips are onyx because I think I had some of each. You're just I knew enough. Someone had taught me about, they knew culturally about crystals a little bit, like protection crystals like onyx and obsidian, so that's where I first learned about that, and I put them together. And I mean, this was years before I was really into this stuff, so I think it's really cool that I have these. Okay, these are both of my pendants by Arcadia Designs. This one is moldavite and citrine. Talk about having a lot of energy. Moldavite and citrine together is absolutely great for giving you energy. It's very protective, it attracts money, it's amazing. This beauty is pink tourmaline in the middle here. God, I wish you can't even see how beautiful this is. And then on the bottom there is blue kyanite, and the top is peridot. And a lot of the times I will wear these together. I can't choose between them, and I think they're so beautiful and elegant that even put together like this, I just love it. Some other pendants back here. This is my pyrite pendant. I talk about it in my pyrite video. I will link that for you guys if you haven't seen it. Pyrite is an amazing crystal for manifestation and money. This little vial pendant has a lot of crystal chips in it. It contains, let's see if I can remember all of them. It has phenakite, azestulite, naturalite, and cryolite. And this pendant is called Initiation. And when I first got this pendant, people started showing up in my life and just teaching me things, just randomly. Someone would show up, teach me something. The next day, someone would show up, teach me something. At least one of the crystals in here, if not two of them, are actually a little bit toxic. So I really love that they're in this little vial form, so I can still wear them without actually touching them. That's very handy. This is my actinolite pendant. It is beautiful. I haven't worn this one a lot. I think this one has to do with change. What happens a lot when I first am introduced to a crystal, I will read about it, I'll be like, oh my gosh, I need this, and then I'll completely forget why I picked it up, but I have faith in myself that I picked it up for a reason. And then it's weird, like I'll wear it every once in a while, and then it seems like I'll put things away, and then when I rediscover them, that's when I look into them more and start remembering everything about them and start growing like an attachment to the qualities and what it's been doing for my life. And I just haven't gotten to that point with this one yet, but maybe soon. Okay, I have a few rings. I don't have that many. I'll just start with these little crystal rings. This is Dalmatian Jasper. It's just a ring made completely out of crystal. And same with this one. This one is supposed to be a clear quartz, although I feel like it looks more like opalite. This thing, I mean, you could say this looks fake and everything, but I get so much energy off of this, so I'm keeping it. This is my moldavite ring, which I love. This was the second piece of moldavite I ever bought, and I fell in love immediately. This is a moldavite bead that I bought. Well, it's like a faceted piece of moldavite. It's beautiful, and as you can see, I tried to make a ring out of it. I succeeded in theory. It is a ring. The moldavite is in there. It's not the greatest, and I did wear it like one day. Whoops. And I got a little like scrape on my finger from the inside of this. I mean, it obviously needs some work. I haven't been called to work on it lately, but it's a really beautiful piece of moldavite. This is just a little diamond ring I have, and then this is my ruby ring, and now I'm gonna have to go get a black light. Here's my ruby ring. It was my grandma's. Rubies glow under black light. That's how you can tell that they are real. Rubies and black lights are amazing. So I love wearing that. It reminds me of her, but it also has just some really nice energy in it, and it's beautiful. Cool. Okay, moving on to what I probably have the most of. These crazy little crystal bracelets. I do have some that are a little bit unique. This one is cool because it has this beautiful larger piece of rose quartz on it. And then these beads are Amazonite. I like this bracelet. I don't wear it a lot because this part actually gives me a little bit of a rash. I tried to cover it with some clear nail polish. You can probably see it on there even, but it didn't work. It has this awful metal smell, and it gives me a rash. So I don't wear this that often, even though this is just a beautiful piece. This is another one a lot like that. These are lava beads. I bought this one specifically to use for essential oils, but I really like that there's a few pieces of rose quartz on here too. But again, these little metal pieces they put on here smell like awful metal, and they break me out, and this one even lost its little things. So I will eventually take it apart and put it back together without those. I had this specially made by someone. He is amazing. He makes really cool stuff. I will link his Etsy shop down below. It is called Naughty Roots. And this has lava beads on it for essential oils, and I pretty much told him I wanted bracelets for anxiety. So this is amethyst, which is very calming. There's smoky quartz on here, and clear quartz, and a little bit of citrine. And overall, it just has a very stabilizing and grounded energy. I really like wearing it, and I love that I can wear essential oils with the crystals. This chip bracelet is Amazonite. Amazonite, the first thing that pops in my head with it is it protects you from EMFs. Not everybody is super aware of that. You think more about shungite for that, but this does the same thing. This is peridot. Peridot is the August birthstone, and the first thing that pops in my head for peridot is it's good for jealousy. This is pyrite. It's a little hard to tell. Looks a little dark in this video, but again, pyrite is great for manifestation and money, confidence, things like that. It's one of my favorites. This is citrine bracelet. This is actually connected to a memory for me. Ryan got this for me on my birthday last year when we were in a different city with different crystal shops. It's always exciting. And again, citrine gives you a lot of energy. It's also great for money stuff. This is, I believe I bought this as black tourmaline, but I kind of feel like it's onyx. there's just no cracks in it, and there's like some white spots on it, so I feel like it's onyx. Regardless, it's a very protective bracelet, and that's why I bought it to begin with, so I'm happy with whichever it actually is. This is shungite. Shungite is great for protection from EMFs. Shungite purifies water. There's a lot of really cool things about shungite. This one makes me feel extremely grounded and safe and more logical, if that makes sense. This is blue goldstone. This was actually a gift from a friend. Look how sparkly it is. Blue goldstone is actually supposed to be protective as well. Whoa, the ring light looks crazy in this. It's supposed to be a little bit reflective. Like if anyone's sending you bad energy, it is supposed to reflect that energy away from you so it can't touch you, which is pretty cool. This I bought as clear quartz. I'm not entirely sure. It's not plastic. It's not very heavy, but it's really sparkly, so I still wear it. I'm on the fence about what it is, but sometimes that just happens. This is a garnet chip bracelet. This is a lapis bracelet. I got to replace my other lapis bracelet. I ended up going back to the same company and ordering another one, but it was years later, so I'm sure she got these from a different vendor and it's not at all the same, but lapis is a great one to wear. I highly recommend having some. Like I said, it's the first crystal I started wearing on a daily basis, so this is actually the first crystal that started changing my life. Another little chip bracelet here. This is white jade. This is my tiger eye bracelet. I love this bracelet because, as you can see, there are all different kinds of tiger eye on here. You have the gold, you have the blue, you have the red. Tiger eye is extremely protective. It's grounding. I love it. And look at just all these beautiful colors. Look at this one right here. Oh my gosh. This one was sold as nuumite. Let's see if I can get this to focus. Nuumite is supposed to be one of the oldest minerals on Earth, 4 billion years old. It's called the Sorcerer's Stone. Very protective. This is a smoky quartz. Try to let you see. You can see through these. These are a little bit transparent. You can see the beautiful smokiness in them. A lot of times lighting crystals is everything because without it, it just looks kind of like a black stone, right? You can't even tell what it is until you put some light on and see it's actually smoky quartz. I am wearing my jet bracelet today. Jet is fossilized tree resin. It's very light, again, very protective. And then I did not save these two for last on purpose. However, it's so appropriate that they are last because I would say out of any of these, the two bracelets I've worn the most this year are these two bracelets, and I'll wear one on each arm. This is lepidolite, which we talked about earlier with the pendant. Lepidolite is the one that has the natural lithium silica, so it's super calming, and that's why I wear this a lot. I really need it. It calms me down. It just makes me feel so much better. And then this one is jade. Jade is known for a lot of things. This is actually breaking apart a little bit here. So I need to restring it. I'm going to be restringing a few of these. But jade is supposed to help irritability, which is huge. Like there was a time when I first found that out when I was throwing this on all the time. Any little thing that annoyed me, I'm slapping on my jade bracelet. I really need it. But it's also a stone of luck. It helps me remember my dreams. The energy just really resonates with me. And so these two, like I said, this year, these two have been the ones that they've been like my go-tos. I've worn these more than anything else. That is it for me today, you guys. That is all the jewelry that I have or that I could find today. So that's what I have to offer you. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have such a great day.